Luis, are you giving Chelsea a chance here against Real Madrid?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. He just mentioned the 3 games that they have won in a row. They got so many players. They can rotate. Games are coming thick and fast. As you know, we're going to have international break. We don't know what Real Madrid is going to face after the Clásico that we got at the weekend, but we also have a Clásico on April 5th, and then they have to play against Villarreal, two very tough teams just before facing Chelsea. I'm not saying that Chelsea is not going to face also difficult games, because they got, I think it's Liverpool and Wolves before facing Real Madrid. But the most important one that I think that is for Real Madrid is that the second game they're going to play away, and that's something that for Real Madrid is very important. We've seen Real Madrid improving, getting a comeback, making that different animal that they are when they play Champions League, not in La Liga at the moment, but they are special, but much more when they play at the Bernabeu, and they are going to play the second game away. So I think this is a major factor in this moment when you play the second game, not having that second goal, that double goal when you play away, not having it right now is a key factor when it's happening in your team, and I think Chelsea's got that in their advantage.
What do you think, Robbo? Can Chelsea spring a surprise again against Real Madrid?
They could, because the game is coming at the moment. It looks like the right time for Chelsea, because they've just started to find a bit of form. They're still not, you wouldn't say a top side, but they were good to get through to this round. They played well in the home leg. The last 2 league games have been quite good. What I would like to pull up on what Pulisic said was that when they were doing badly before, they won the Champions League. The difference was they sacked the manager, and Thomas Tuchel came in and took over a side that was struggling under Frank Lampard, and that was the big change that they made. They changed the manager, and they went on to win the Champions League. I'm not sure they're going to do that this time.
Who have you got, Shaka?
It is close to call for all the reasons that the guy just said, and. As much as Chelsea aren't having a great season, nor Real Madrid by their own standards, and it's as good a result, and well, maybe if you want to say performance, particularly at Anfield against Liverpool that Real Madrid saw in the Champions League, that was as good as we'd seen from them, and as we'd seen one game against Manchester United apart, Liverpool have been decidedly average themselves. So I'm not sure that beating Liverpool at Anfield in the first leg of their Champions League encounter really makes Real Madrid the team that we thought or we saw of last season. I think this is 2 teams whose potential are far higher than it's shown, and really it comes down to who shows up on the day. It's tough to call. Right now, you're leaning Real Madrid just because of their own history in this competition, not because you're that convinced by anything they've done on the pitch.
If there was one team that you talk about in a different way when it comes to the Champions League, it's Real Madrid. Listen, when you're trying to analyse a game coming up, yes, you're looking at how they've performed in previous games, and yes, 99 times out of 100, you've got to look at how they're playing in the domestic league and their own cup. I mean, you've got to look at all these things, unless you're Real Madrid, because they've shown that whatever happens outside of the Champions League doesn't mean diddly. It means nothing. And Real Madrid have to be huge favourites. If there was a team in this group that if you ask Real Madrid who would like to play, it wouldn't be Man City, and it certainly wouldn't be Bayern Munich. They would take Chelsea all day. I agree that they would like to be at home in the second leg, but at the same time, you cannot think that Chelsea are close to Real Madrid when it comes to the Champions League.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.